Hello and welcome back to HOI4. This is Black Prince Gaming and we are on 1632, the Ring of Fire. As you can see, I did already try games. This is my second run of this. What happened was I sort of got down to let's go canonical AI focuses, because you know we don't really know what's happening in this mod. So anything canonical does sound like it'd be interesting, so let's go ahead and start us off. But yeah, so I did try a non-canonical run and I tried to go down the Empire route. Now, the Empire route, you do run out of content literally here, Instigate Franconia and Securing the Elbe, so I sort of did those and then nothing happened and you can't get across to this, which looks like there's some more stuff about war. So what I'm going to do is I'm instead going to go down the democratic route, so not absolutist, and we're going to work towards obviously bringing a new America. So basically the way this mod is there is a small town from West Virginia, or East-West Virginia maybe, I think, if I'm remembering right. But either way, a small town called Grantville, which is fictional, gets transported back in time to 1632 in the middle of the 30 Years' War. So all this conflict going on across Europe, in Germany, against the Danubians. Is it the Danube? No, the Habsburgs, that's what I mean. As well as the Ottomans on the rise, so a lot is just happening across Europe at this time. And just to top it all off, a small American town gets transported back in time into the centre of Germany. So already a small band of Scottish mercenary cavalry has actually stumbled across us, and because of our shared language and heritage, they've decided they're going to come across and join us and leave their employ under the Swedish. They're going to join us, so what we're going to do is we're going to work on some militia, but also we're going to make it a high priority to keep our troops upgraded, which essentially means that these horsemen, although they started with, they should be arquebuses, you can see now we're slowly putting some uptime weapons, which are essentially just M16s that we've brought back. So they're coming in like M16s and shotguns that we've brought back. So yeah, there is a lot happening. Yeah, these cavalrymen are going to be trained up so weirdly. Imagine having to suddenly realise how these new guns work. I mean, it doesn't actually deplete them from any training level, but you know, I feel like it should, because the gun is vastly different. The Battle of the Crapper. A band of Tilly mercenaries threatened the nearby town of Badenburg, who then asked for our help. Using the M60 to support our volunteers, we broke the mercenary company. The camp followers and survivor mercenaries wanted to join us, so what we're going to do is we're going to have refugees from the storm, so we can bring in more people and help integrate them into our new America that is forming. So while we've been waiting, I've been training up a bit of an army. Now they are already militia, and let me show you the template, because the template is not good. Obviously with our uptime weapons, as our guys call them, they will do a good bit of damage, because obviously their uptime weapons are far superior. I mean, an M16 versus a, what are we even on? Are we on flintlock? What even is it at this stage? Muskets is what we're fighting with. So yeah, an M16 versus a musket, I'm pretty sure I know who wins, even if they're untrained. But yeah, we have now come across the Battle of Jena, so we're going to go and try and prevent Jena, which is a nearby city, which is threatened by some Catholics. Obviously, like I said, with our weapons we're going to win that. But there we go, that's a nice new event ticked off, and that actually now allows us to start the committees of correspondence, which is going to give us monthly population, recruitment population, and yeah, just help us out basically and help us continue to develop and progress down a focus tree. We're going to go down here and we are going to grab ourselves a captain of industry so we can build up our economy even faster, because we are limited by the factories we have. And we also now have a library, so we're just going to allow everyone to go to that library, get ourselves a bit more faster research, and start spreading the knowledge that obviously we've come back with. Here we go, Constitutional Convention, citizenship. Everyone, Americans only. I'm going to allow everyone, you know, everyone can have the American dream of living in a random area in Germany. Economy, free economy would grow faster that way. Yeah, free economy. That seems more American. Let's do it. Yeah, we're just going to try and pick the most American things. Military. The debate around the military, should we prioritise on citizens or our military when resources are limited? Let's go ahead and go for compromise. The military will have the resources until we're better settled. That feels a bit like Manifest Destiny style, like trying to help, you know, keep a strong and powerful America. Legislature, yeah, democracy. We'll keep a democracy going. And the election of 31. Okay, who becomes the first president? You know what, we'll keep it Michael Stearns. Let's keep him in. And there we go, the Constitutional Convention is over. So now we can look to like invite Thuringia to join us. Hopefully they should join. I don't imagine we'll have any issues. There we go. So the cities of Thuringia have petitioned for inclusion into the new United States. So now we got 2 nice new core bits of land. We also gathered their army, who we're immediately going to remove because, well, no, actually, let's not remove them. Let's just switch them over to militia as well. So we've now got 10 militia groups, and I guess we could try and get Magdeburg as well. Yeah, I guess we continue trying to work down these relations and see if we can't, yeah, get more land, more people, because that's obviously the key as well, is population. I don't know when we unlock this. Okay, so when we have more than 9 civilian factories, we can even start making some more uptime weapons with the resource we have. Now they're limited, but when I look at these options, I think, there we go, Magdeburg's in as well. I think the key things to go for was probably just get more firearms, like just having way more powerful units. I guess we can just... Is this McDonald's? We can just bring back McDonald's. So we can start inspiring nationalism with the people. Okay, so I guess by bringing the golden arches to people, we can now start to inspire sort of nationalism within them, which will help them move over to us and join us. So, okay, we've got failed rallies there, so that sucks. Successful rallies. Yeah, so we're kind of trying to inspire the Germans to want to federalize, I guess, into like one nation. Yeah, sure. Let's go ahead and give our support to Sweden as well. Looks like there's an event chain there, so that could be quite handy. Just keep growing, keep having more and more militia coming out. I guess we could try and get them up to some nice 20 combat width sort of guys. Light artillery, line infantry, line infantry, line infantry. There you go, 20 combat width divisions. Which is going to put these guys at a massive deficit. However, if we convert them all over, and then we tell them to merge up, and maybe we can get some decent divisions going. Okay, the Battle of Rain. Gustavo Adolphus has defeated the Imperial General Tilly at Rain and Blech. He was aided in part by the uptime Americans who bought finely crafted cannons. Sweden and the Americans will support one another in the war against the Catholic League. Okay, so we clearly have mutual enemies. Oh my god, everyone went into Mackay's regiment. I did not expect that. Does look like we can produce 4 more though of these good divisions, so I guess we will get working on those. I guess it's probably because we were lacking artillery that they all decided to align like that. So we were waiting for an event to happen, I think to deepen our alliance with Sweden. So the person who was sieging Nuremberg sent a detachment of Croatian cavalry to attack us. So our army was away at the time, and basically while we were under attack, it looks like some Swedish cavalry led by Captain Gars showed up and basically kicked out the invaders. So obviously that's led to us now having a deeper respect for the Swedish, and it looks like we can now go down here and get into a faction with Sweden. Which, will that draw us into the war? It looks like it might actually. So I guess we better be ready for that. Although our divisions obviously are quite strong now, so that's obviously working out in our favour. There we go, even better roads coming in, so new roads for our Ford F-150s that will slowly drive on them. Let's go ahead and start researching the next rifle ahead of time, because our technology growth is just really good. Okay, so we are now into a war against the Austrians. Alte West, let's get that, which then gives us a... Oh, the Saxons are on our side this time? I feel like they weren't on our side the last time we were playing. I feel like they were with the Austrians, but you know what? That's fine, we'll take the Allies. I guess, are we just meant to blast our way through now? Because I don't imagine they're going to hold up well if we just send our guys actually in. We've taken Würzburg. That's great news. So yeah, it looks like we are just having success after success here. Yeah, they want us to join. Let's go ahead, join. Then we'll do staff office plan to get our guys prepped and ready for this next engagement. And there's our trucks, perfect. We can start to do the proper American dream of driving trucks everywhere. And yeah, we're just gonna go for a push. Let's see if we can't make some ground. Okay, we are in need of a lot of rifles, but that's fine. We should be able to do some good work, some good damage here, piercing through the lines. Especially, can we make it somewhere like Prague and make a little encirclement maybe? There you go, let's leave the occasional guy back in defense. Just to make sure that we're not going to just suddenly lose all this territory. There you go, you guys are pushing through. Yeah, you can see just the uptime weapons are just crushing through the ranks. Let's go ahead and just shorten that front line there so we don't have to fight for everything. And there you go, look, the big golden arches in there to show that America is really trying to help. Lessons of history, Operation Kristallnacht. Well, Kristallnacht was... I hope that's not going to be what I think it's going to be. Because that would be taking this mod in quite a different direction if we're just going to look to do something like that. Because Operation Kristallnacht was when the Nazis... well, basically just attacked all the Jewish people in the streets and sort of began a lot of the anti-Semitic fighting that then sort of happened across the regime. So yeah, hopefully it's not that. Okay, so this is actually the opposite, but because essentially there's anti-Semitism, witch hunting and similar practices across our country, so we're actually going to purge the people who have those beliefs. So we're doing like a reverse version of that, I guess, by taking out anyone who well, just taking out anyone who has these sort of backwards practices. So yeah, it's like a reverse version of it, I guess. Like, there we go. Embassy to Venice successful. Embassy to France. It looks like we're good friends with France based in the embassy. So that's nice. That's good. Let's go ahead and continue to inspire. Hopefully some rallies. Failed one. That's annoying. But yeah, we'll keep gaining political power and keep trying to sort of increase our support. Okay, come on. Break through their lines. Let's encircle these guys and stop them maybe getting in here at Brandenburg. Because that would be quite a pain if they did get in there. Come on, let's get in. Let's kill these Austrian forces. Just try and reduce their army as much as we can. Yeah, that's going really nice. Perfect. Oh, Bohemia has risen up, so the guy actually held to what he said. He's caused an uprising there, which has actually just caused a lot of chaos. So let's go ahead, grab these troops, and let's shove them down here. Oh god, they're always so close to our capital, because they keep breaking through the line. But yeah, let's get down here and hopefully try and defend ourselves or help ourselves out. Let's go ahead and get that so we can get some more rifles producing. Yeah, because we do desperately need rifles so we can start filling out even more militia. Embassy to England. Our embassy to England has landed and met with Thomas Wentworth, newly made Earl of Stratford. Of course, in our history, Wentworth wasn't made Earl until 1640, so his elevation is now a worrying sign. What's more, as we led to the courts in London Tower, they saw Oliver Cromwell. Okay, so England clearly has someone telling them what's happened in the future, because it looks like they're sort of moving before it's happened, and helping to secure any sort of threats to the throne, which obviously Oliver Cromwell was. He took over shortly after this. The Galileo affair, the boys in the Venice COC made it to Rome with much of the rest, and so following far they plan to rescue Galileo. Okay, they're going to rescue Galileo. Embassy held in the London Tower following the Battle of Dunkirk. Our embassy has officially become political hostages. While we can still communicate by radio, it's clear that King Charles has no intention of releasing them to return home. We must plan a rescue mission as soon as possible. Okay, and it looks like our guys are also looking to try and break out Cromwell, I guess, to restore the timeline of events by getting him out of jail. Let's go down here and form militia armies and start working down the military techs. I think we just need to try our best to make our military as strong as possible now. Sweden sending us weapons, sure thing, I won't turn them down, and we'll start working on the new rifles. Hopefully industry is just still continuing to boost back home. It stopped because we were manufacturing uptime weapons. Sweden. Okay, so France has now declared war, so what does that mean we're up against? So we're up against France, England, Denmark and Austria. Okay, so we really need to try our best now to push in against Austria and see if we can't make some ground there, because if we don't make ground we will suffer quite heavily. Come on, we can do little bits though, like try and cut them off. Hopefully the German states can hold while I try and finish off the Austrians. Get back there. There you go, he can hold that, that's fine. Okay, these guys have now been cut off from, well, the mainland. So we're going to pull these guys back just now to attack into Bavaria. I feel like one side, because I did the Empire side as well, one side doesn't have population, the other side just does. And that's kind of the difference, but like it's not, there's nothing you can really do to increase the population one way. Just kind of have to fight, I guess, and take over more land. Okay, let's continue manufacturing uptime weapons, because yeah, just getting 500 rifles every now and again, especially when they're these good uptime rifles, that's going to be really helpful, because it's just going to make our units that much stronger. Okay, support attack in there. Maybe you guys go for this instead, actually, see if you can't help just crush them out there. Could get an encirclement, or we can just knock them out at 2 tiles at once. That's pretty handy actually. Okay, keep moving in, holding them where we can. We should be able to make our way into Bavaria now. We are breaking them slowly. Let's just go straight for it, go straight for the capital of Munich if we can. See if we can't just continue to split their fronts. There we go, we have marched into Munich. Keep marching. There you go, these guys trapped in the mountains on their own. Let's try and finish them off. There we go, Bavaria has capitulated. So I've been clicking those decisions around and we've now got enough patriotic fervour to go for the United States of Europe. Oh, it looks like they're just... Did that need to be stills, or did they just declare peace with each other, a bunch of these guys? I'm not too sure, but either way we're trying to now confederate Europe, I believe. Hopefully on our faction. That's what I'm sort of thinking is going to happen, but I don't really know because I don't know how this focus tree is going to work. Okay, the new United States will now be known as the United States of Europe. We'll move the capital to Magdeburg, and the Constitutional Party will now become the moderate Crown Loyalists, embassy trapped in Amsterdam. The Spanish have attacked the Dutch, which has led to our embassy being trapped. Okay, we've actually got loads of new land as well now, and a load more troops. How are we doing on rifles? Not great. Okay, that's fine. U-15 then are all going to join this army, and I guess you will fight and hold the line up here. Yeah, just continue holding where you were holding essentially, and if you can push out Cologne, you will. But there we go, we have formed a new German nation, the United States of Europe, so people have wanted to join us, which is great news. Is there any other way we can continue to expand this union here? We can manufacture more uptime weapons, and we can plan a rescue attempt now from the Tower of London. We can annex the little Germanys. Oh, we got loads more factories, didn't we? Okay. Yeah, let's put them straight onto guns. Let's try and just get as many guns out as possible, so our army can just be that much stronger. Yeah, maybe let's pull back so we can try and quickly crush in against these guys. Yeah, let's just full focus here, and hopefully we can take that. Okay, so we can now start integrating other Germanys too. Okay, looks like we actually integrated loads of Germanys there. Like some of the ones that are even at war with us. That's great news. Didn't think that would work, but yeah. Okay, let's get free instruction with research in higher techs. And let's make sure that we're putting loads of these factories now onto the weaponry that we need. As well as we now have dockyards, so I guess let's produce some convoys, because I don't know what else we need to produce at the moment in time. How are our borders looking with Hoover at war? Okay, so we need to focus Denmark in the north, as well as these different areas in the south here. Okay, at least these guys are now a united front, so that's a bit easier to fight against, and similar here. So once we clean up these small groups, we should hopefully be able to push in quite majorly against the Austrians and the Danish. There you go, push in, kill them, perfect, that's great. So we continue down the doctrines. There we go, nice, 2 more doctrines, getting our line artillery that little boost they need. And now we really need to push at Denmark because we need to save Sweden. Sweden looks like it's in real rough shape, so we need to do our best to crush them out. There we go, nice encirclements on them. Perfect. Just crushing out their units straight away. And now I guess you guys need to push across somewhere. See if you can't push for Lubeck. Yeah, there we go, the rifles are actually in amongst these fights, so it does look like we're probably having quite decent damage that we're doing here. You're going to go along there and just help clean up that area as well. Push is going. This offensive is actually going really solidly. I wonder if we can just snake a push to Copenhagen. Maybe let's keep the 3 of you guys back here so you can help defend. You're going to jump on this front too. You guys are pushed across there, that's great. Okay, as soon as you're across, just keep moving. And see if you can't just continue to crush them out wherever. Yeah, now the guy's gone. They've reached Copenhagen and then been cut completely off. Okay, I guess that could be expected. But either way, we do have Copenhagen now. Let's just make sure we maybe send one guy back to go defend it and hold it. Yeah, so you're going to wait there. The rest of you are going to work on crushing back out now of Copenhagen, now that you've been captured in there, and hopefully take back enough land that we should get, well, should hopefully get the peace event. It looks like there is a peace event after you capitulate Denmark, so that's kind of what we're going for here. Come on. Okay, go on. Through. There we go. Denmark has capitulated, so that's great news. What we're going to do then is we're going to remove this and we're going to go for the Congress of Copenhagen, which will be the end of the Baltic War. And hopefully we can do that before we lose any more units. Who are these? Oh, it's Spanish units we're fighting here. I didn't even realise. Like, I don't actually think Denmark had any more units that we were actually fighting. So, the Congress of Copenhagen. You know what? We want all of Jutland. They refuse to turn over Jutland. We'll see Holstein if we give them one of our ironclads. I mean, we didn't have any ironclads, so amazing deal, excellent deal. We got something for literally nothing. End of the Baltic War, white peace with France, Sweden white peace with France, and the Ostend League faction has broken apart. There we go. So yeah, we've secured Sweden, we saved them. Now what can we go for next? Organising the country. Okay, so this is starting to core loads of land now, which removes our expanding population, but obviously we don't need that if we've got cores. We're now heading down for elections. We've now cored a lot of the German states. We'll have a look at what the options give us for the new regime, and then we will look to pay back Saxony and Brandenburg, which looks like we'll go to war to reclaim Germany. And then, I mean, realistically, we have like a Germany formed in 1635, maybe 1636 by the time we do it, but obviously way ahead of time. Oh, okay, we can go fully industrial. Yeah, let's go for it. Get all those buffs coming in. Election of 35, here we go. Okay, so do we want the Crown Loyalists or the 4th of July party? The 4th of July party is going to win. We're going to keep the guy that we currently got, Michael Stearns. Don't know if that's what happens in the actual book series, but you know, we will go for it. Oh, and we now, because we have all these United Industries, it looks like we can absolutely just start mass producing an army. Like, very, very early on the building of the Autobahn, but you know, the Autobahn must be built. So yeah, we're just going to absolutely canvas Germany in nice new roads, which they don't even know what that is, but you know, we don't even have the things that we need to really be going on the roads, but all in good time. We're building for the future. And then we'll start working on some civilian factories to really just get the industry absolutely popping. I love just having a huge civilian industry so you're ready for any events. Okay, so there you have it. We have mostly restored Germany. We've got the final 2 German states to take. And then I want to try and test out the might of my army against the other nations within the mod. So yeah, if you want to see the mega wars that are about to happen, make sure you stay tuned, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and be sure to check out my next video, which will show me using my new German America to try and take over the world.